Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone to my channel. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world watching this live stream here. I'm Lorena, the Reina Creole, and of course, always keeping it real on this channel when it comes to theme parks. And that's why I have this show called the Resort Recon Live Podcast. This is my in studio show where I bring on a bunch of my other friends, panelists, fellow theme park nerds, aficionados, and enjoyers. And we go over the latest theme park news, mainly the Orlando theme parks, but we do some stuff for the West Coast theme parks too. Keeping you guys updated, giving you guys tips, especially when it comes to saving time and saving money. So glad you guys are all here with us, especially the chat, because you guys in the chat, you are the unofficial, well, no, I shouldn't say unofficial. You are the co-hosts of the show, and we run this show based on you guys' feedback and all that that's going on. So if you're watching on X, please do heart the stream over on X. Please do retweet it. And if you are on YouTube, please do hit that thumbs up because that is your price of admission. And unlike Disney, I do not charge you for the price of admission. So please hit that thumbs up. Definitely trying to spread the word that here on this channel, we give you unbiased, unpaid for theme park advice and insight with a side of fun as well. And speaking of fun, I've got two of my fellow theme park aficionados backstage. Of course, we have got Tom F. and we have got Sam Wolf, Life of a Military Wife. How you guys doing?
Hey, doing all right.
I'm alive. I have coffee. It's Saturday. It's a
Hey,
recon time. Let's go.
yes, let's hit it. Hey,
Oh
I was
yeah.
saying, there's House Slytherin, and then there's everybody else.
Well, I'm
You know,
Slytherin. I'm with you.
and see, I've tested as everything but Slytherin, so I guess I'm everything but Slytherin. So
So
I'll
Really?
you're a
cover everyone
muggle.
else. Hey.
I took that test 3 times. Every time, Slytherin, Slytherin, Slytherin.
That's all I get is Slytherin. All I
And
get.
people are
And
Even
like,
in
see,
the damn video game.
yeah. They're like,
in
I
high
can't believe you
school,
did it.
in high school I was a Hufflepuff. In college I was a Ravenclaw, and now that I'm a mom, I'm a Gryffindor.
That's interesting.
My husband's always been a Ravenclaw, straight up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Camera Girl is a Hufflepuff.
So is
But
Linda.
I said it's all right because, Hufflepuffs, y'all got good snacks. And we need somebody to bring the snacks. Hufflepuffs bring the snacks. The Ravenclaws are there to break up the fights between Slytherin and Gryffindor. At least that's what we tell ourselves. Well,
Maybe.
folks,
Maybe. If they
maybe.
can break it up. Just wait till they turn their back. I'm just saying.
So it's so funny. Well, let's see who we got here in the chat, folks. I see you guys starting to roll on in. We've got Snortapoopas Q Burr, who says, hello, humans and other critters. Hello, hello, hello. Good seeing you. We got Goof R35 in the chat, who says, hey there. Well, hey there, hi there, and hello. We have also got Keely Chow, another one of my amazing wrenches, who says, hey, everybody, good morning. Good morning, my dear. And of course, roll tide, roll tide. We have got Linda F in the chat. Hello, my dear. Says hello. She's saying hello to Snort Poopas and UFR35. We have also got, of course, Sam is on the panel saying hi to everybody there in the chat. We've also got Sarah Rust with us. Hello. It says hi, guys. I'm glad that you're here. And we've got Braylon Lee in the chat as well, who says, hey, good people, everyone got their green screen effect PJs on because it's hashtag recon time. Yes, and glad you are here. Let's see. Snort says house bear paw. Is that an exchange School of Magic? Oh, that must be the North Pole School of Magic, I'm guessing.
I think
Mm.
he's talking about the treats at bakeries,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
the bear claws. Those are good.
bear claws are delicious.
Honestly, I wish they had a um sorting test for Ilvermorny, the American house
Yes.
schools. I would love to see what house I'd be for Ilvermorny. My kids, when they found out about Ilvermorny, that's what they wanted to do is I'm like, there's no test that I know of.
None. They just pop that up. I'm like, oh, that's the American Magic School. And if you go to Epic Universe, they've got some of the students
Oh,
from that
really?
American School of Magic. One guy who, well, team member character with this really really thick Brooklyn accent.
That's so awesome. Yeah, my we've been doing Harry Potter as our read alouds for the summer. Every summer we read another book. So
Hmm.
we just finished the fourth book. And yeah, my kids then found out about Ilvermorny and they're like, why? Why can't we go? I want to. Yeah, they're super obsessed with Ilvermorny now.
Jared Markham says, I'm a Ravenclaw. You guys have good
Yeah.
jewelry.
Dude, they do have good
They
jewelry.
do have good jewelry, you know. And
Although I think it's interesting from the British merchandise to the American merchandise. The
hmm
British merchandise, it's an eagle because it was supposed to be an eagle. The movies messed it up, and it's not
really,
supposed to be a raven for Ravenclaw.
hmm,
So,
that I did not know.
yep.
Puckwudgie's right.
Pugwudgie. Yep.
I saw Fantastic Beasts. I didn't watch it because I had it on, but I was doing chores. You know how you have stuff on for noise and you're kind of halfway
Hmm.
paying attention to it, but it was pretty cool. So I have to go back and actually sit down and like watch it for
Everyone
yeah.
gave the first Fantastic Beasts movie a hard time because it wasn't what they wanted it to be.
I
But
liked
if you
it.
look at it for what it is, I think
Hmm.
the first Fantastic Beast movie is actually rather good. But I might be partial.
Nah,
I like all the Fantastic Beasts. I
Yeah.
like them a lot.
I like what I saw of it. It didn't like turn me off. It was more like, okay, I need to sit down and watch. Um, I sit down and watch it. I like the fact that there was an American School of Magic and
Mhm.
kind of like how the situation was like over here. And of course, Johnny Depp.
Oh, heck yeah.
Johnny Depp was in it, so I was like, okay, I have to go and check it out. Hail,
The
Professor X.
actor.
Yes,
Mhm.
it's the
Oh, yeah, he's
daytime.
up there.
He's sleeping. It's daytime. He's not bothering me now. He's just like, oh, he loves it. He's hardly ever moved from there. The first one is great. They got too dumb after that for me. Oh,
Can I address that, Lorena?
yeah, good.
Go. Have you seen how you were walking around Disney? I don't want to hear nothing about getting too dumb for you.
I can't
Honestly,
comment because I've only seen the first one.
the movies in general have gotten so lame that going back and looking at the Fantastic Beasts, they look so
Hmm.
much better than I think they did at the time to some people because what we get now is so much worse. The second one I liked, the
Hmm.
first one I loved, the
Hmm.
third one I never saw. So,
Oh,
Really?
Hurricane Magical House could be House Gator Crawl.
I do that.
yes. See, that would have been cool. They should have had a
I like
gator in
that.
there.
I like that House Gator Crawl. Absolutely. She has the right idea. Daytime napping for the win. Yeah,
Yep.
after, he bugs me or camera girl to eat breakfast, then he drops off and goes to sleep. And then, they don't see him till, till dinner time. Well, folks, we've got 50 of you guys in here. It's just a laid back show, a little theme park news, a little theme park advice, especially especially for those of you out in the parks right now, if you're not taking shelter within, I want to say, the next 15 minutes, and the reason why I'm saying that, we have a severe heat advisory going on here right now. And when you're in the parks, all that asphalt
Mhm.
that reflects all the, all the sun and the heat, and poor Reedy Creek EMTs, or the EMTs at Universal Orlando, get a lot of calls. I have seen people have to be rolled down on a gurney because of heat stroke. So,
Yeah. And the thing is, you can go from heat exhaustion to heat stroke really quickly at those temperatures, especially with the humidity. And I'm going to say this for all the desert rats who are in the parks. You're not drinking enough water, even if you think you are, because we're not used to humidity. We think if we're moist, we're sweating. It doesn't mean you're sweating, honeys.
yeah,
Nope.
and heat stroke is real, real scary.
You ever
There's
wonder,
a. Oh, go ahead, Tom.
ever wonder why I wear long pants and longer shirts? There's a
Hmm.
reason for it. You stay cooler. Sweat stays on you longer.
Yep, some people do that, or they have, like, there's a reason why a lot of people wear loose clothing down here in the
Yep.
South. And usually, especially in Florida, we're usually not out between 12 and 5 o'clock because of how hot it is. I mean, if you want to play Super Mario and try to fight the sun that's trying to kill you, be my guest. But it's severely hot, it's humid. There's a reason why down here everyone's pushing liquids to drink. If you're in any of the theme parks, whether it's Universal or Disney World, you can get water for free. My favorite is getting ice.
Hmm.
Anytime you leave a restaurant, and you can do this, I've had it done at Universal and at Walt Disney World. If you've already ordered, like, say, a soft drink, you know, get a to-go cup. A team member or cast member will gladly give you one. Granted, I use mine for coffee because I just have to have it, especially the Coda coffee with the to-go cup. But you can get those, you can get the soft drinks in a to-go cup to take with you. So don't feel like you're imposing or anything like that. Water is free. Ice should still be free, but make sure that you stay hydrated and make sure you're using sunscreen no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Your girl has to
Oh,
wear
yeah.
at least SPF 30, not necessarily because of sunburn, part of it kind of is, but I can break out in hives sometimes from the extreme
Sun
sun.
poisoning is no joke.
Hmm?
Yep.
Sun poisoning is no joke.
No, it is. It is not. It is definitely
Yeah.
not.
And a lot of people don't
Another.
realize that most Floridians that you'll see that are native are usually not tan if they're working because we live in the AC. We'll go out, we'll play, but we'll stay the hell out of the sun most of the time.
Yep. Also, if you are in the parks, here's a hack for parents and um, just in general. You can get electrolyte powder packs that you can then put into water bottles or cups of water. Drinking the water is great, but especially for little kids, um, they can lose those minerals and stuff in their sweat that they need to function well. And so those little electrolyte packets are a huge lifesaver, and you can keep them in a pocket, a purse. They don't take up a lot of space, but making sure you're getting at least one or two of those in your water will also help go a long way.
That's a good point. And to kind of add to that, the really, really cheap hack, in case you forget, you can always bring like salt packets and sugar packets
Hmm.
and make your own electrolyte mix. And the reason I bring that up is because I'd read an article a couple of years ago about some folks like over in India, especially if they're suffering from, you know, gastrointestinal distress. So that because you lose a lot of nutrients. So they figured out, making this like water solution. I think it's like 2 parts sugar, 1 part salt, or something like that, in water. Just as a quick electrolyte solution. Although I
Yep.
prefer the flavored powdered ones that Sam is talking about, but
In an emergency.
in an emergency, pick up some extra, you're out in the parks, pick up a couple of extra salt and extra sugar packets, you know, just in case.
I think we just figured out why all these Disney adults are fighting in the parks.
Can I tell you,
Besides
uh,
the alcohol.
you know what? I kid you not. You guys probably heard this on the live stream on Thursday when I was at Epcot at Test Track. I don't know if you heard it, but I'm getting ready to get on one of the vehicles, right? This lady walks up to this group of people next to me, like in the next shoot over, and she's yelling and pointing her finger and saying, "You don't dare touch one of my kids." I'm like, what the hell happened? I didn't know if there was a fight going to break out or not, but I think when she saw my camera, she kind of backed off. But I'm just like, folks, really? It's not seriously. I know it's hot. I know you're overcharged, stuff like that, but it's just ridiculous. Literally, she just came stomping over to do that. I've never seen so many cases.
She pointed that at you? Was she saying to you? Who was she talking to?
No, there was a group next to me. They were all Spanish speakers. So, well, let me put it this way: I don't know if they were Spanish speakers who only spoke Spanish or Spanish speaking people who only chose to speak Spanish at that time. Because there's a lot of people I know who can speak Spanish or English, and their conversational language is Spanish. If they have to switch to English, they will. I know a lot of Puerto Ricans like that. So, yeah, it was a group next to me, and then they were arguing with each other in Spanish about what is she talking about? I don't know what she's talking about. She's crazy, but either way, folks, let's keep our wits about us when we're out in the parks.
Oh my
Jared Jonathan
gosh.
says Disney arrested development adults instead of adults that love Disney. Yes,
Yup.
that is that is so the crux of it. I mean, the adults that love Disney, we know sometimes we just have to put our big boy pants or big girl panties on and just suck it up and deal. You know, we're not freaking out because somebody put their kid on their shoulders and now you can't see the parade. And how dare people bring their kids and block my way of seeing the parade because I need to get this shot for Instagram. You know what I'm talking about.
The only time I
Oh
talk
yeah.
to an adult about their kid is we were in the mosh pit for fireworks. And the guy had the kid on his shoulders, and the kid started kicking me in the back of the head.
Oh, that's different.
That's
I
different.
turned around and I told the guy, I said, "Hey, can you stop the child from kicking me in the back of the head?" He goes, "Well, it's going to happen." I said, "Well, I might punch you in the face." And he just got the hint and backed off.
Hmm.
Don't be rude back. That's it.
Well, and then
Yeah,
in all sincerity, as a parent, if you see your kids kicking someone in the head, be proactive. Don't wait for them to complain. Tell your
Yeah,
kid to
hmm
well, the
stop.
guy didn't care, is what it was, until somebody
Yeah,
said something.
that's bad parenting.
Yeah.
yeah, that's really bad parenting. It's just like, no, don't kick them. I'm really sorry. My kid did this. For trying to move over to the side. Yeah, it's and
Rude.
it's rude, and it's not just the kids. It's like the
Nope.
kids that can
The parent.
understand. It's the oh my gosh, it's the parents, especially parades, folks. Watch for the ones who will try to jump in front of you when you've had that spot for over an hour and think that they're entitled to jump in front. I'm like, no, no. I'm like, I don't
I
have to
will
hear the
admit,
darn thing.
I am sometimes disappointed by my generation of parents because I see some of them out and about, and I'm like, y'all are giving us a bad rap. Some of us are trying to actually parent. Some of y'all, I'm
Hmm.
not so sure. I'm not saying everyone. There's a lot of great millennial parents, but there's a lot of ones that make us look bad. And maybe it's just that there's more people recording the bad ones than there were in previous generations.
I think
So they
so.
feel like there's more of them. I don't know.
But you got to remember now with cameras, nobody's afraid that they're going to get put in their place. A lot of people thinks, "Oh, I'm going to just talk. I don't care if cameras. I'm going to be big bad." People are having enough.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
it's just like, look, you're gonna mess around and find out. Well, pushing on to more theme park news, and I wanted to bring this up because I love seeing what Universal Studios Japan is doing, and I just thought that this was so cool. So they
So my
have
eyes were going crazy for a second. I'm like,
uh,
"What?"
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
no, it's a Japanese kanji script, but
Uh-huh.
this is like non-alcoholic drinking around the park. You've got, let's see, if we start like counterclockwise up at the top, you got a drink from the Apothecary Diaries anime. So that's Jinshi that's on there. And it looks like this purple drink with mint in it. And then you've got the Minions. It looks like a blue drink with pineapple in it. And then another one that's like Bond the dog from the anime Spy Family. It's got like chocolate and chocolate shavings and a little chocolate tie because he
Yum.
wears a tie. I don't know what this one is, but I see strawberries and I see frozen like strawberry soft serve
Looks good.
stuff in that one. Then here there's a Snoopy one that the Snoopy shaved ice machine. That's
Mhm.
exactly what that looks like, and a cool looking straw that's in it. The one next to it, I don't. That might be Hello Kitty, actually. Yeah, it is Hello Kitty. I see the little,
Yeah.
looks like a little candy bow, strawberry soft serve. Of course,
Butterbeer
you know what this
Stein.
is. That's Butterbeer.
That's butterbeer?
That is
That's a Butterbeer Stein. Yeah.
yes, frozen
Fun.
butterbeer. Frozen butterbeer. That's the any. I tell people anytime you buy butterbeer in the parks, especially if you're visiting, get it with the souvenir container that goes with it. It's a nice grade of plastic. I've put mine in the dishwasher. Uh, I've done all of that, and they're a great grade. So just get one of those. And then here's the Donkey Kong one. I didn't get this when we were over at Super Nintendo World. I skipped it because I
I
wanted the
came this
Yoshi one.
close. When I was at Berry, I was going to get it. I'm
Yeah,
sitting there, I'm waiting for him to go on that ride, and I'm looking at that thing, and I'm like, I'm back and forth, and I'm like, I got to carry this all day.
yeah. I wanted, and it
That's
has
what
ice cream in it, and I'm like, I don't know. And then Yoshi's Snack Island was open, so I went over there and got like a green apple slushy. It was so good. It tastes like an apple Jolly Rancher. It was so delicious. And let's see, I think this is Dragon Ball, which is right here. And yep, right up here to the right, this is Roanoa Zoro from One Piece. So they got a drink for him, and Nami, they have a drink for her from One
Mhm.
Piece. So I just thought that this was cool. They called it a
That's
cool map.
brilliant.
I want
That's
Universal.
brilliant marketing. Those are the sorts of things that if parents are trying to keep their budgets down for other things, that would be a fun way to splurge and get yourself and your kids something enjoyable, but also that's gonna help them stay cool and hydrated. I think that's brilliant, and making a cute little map of that and making like, that's great marketing. That's fabulous marketing.
I
Yeah,
wish they'd do that here.
yeah, you know what? They they just might. There's things that they'll test over in Japan, and they'll bring it here. Okay, thank you. That's One Piece, not Dragon Ball. Okay, it was really really small. Fish. Oh, the Fish Man. Jinbei. Okay, and that Nico Robin iced tea punch is next level refreshing. It's the same one that was at FanFest. Oh, okay. Okay, all four of those are One Piece. All right, cool. All right, Go and Shogi got to go to Fan Fest out in
Yeah, One Piece is huge right now.
it so is. And if you are looking for anime merchandise, there's two places in the theme parks to get it. Of course, the Japan Pavilion over at Epcot. That's number one. That's been taking my money ever since I was a teenager going over there. That is the one shop where you go in. The other shops at Epcot, they're kind of, in the World Showcase Pavilion, they're kind of nice and polite and everything. Mitsukoshi department store, people are climbing through there like ants, taking stuff out, especially when it comes to anime, and especially when it comes to merchandise, figures, t-shirts, all that swag. If you like Hello Kitty, you are not getting out of there alive. I'll tell you that right now. But at Universal, there is a kiosk at City Walk that gets bought out real, real fast. So if you have admission into the studios part, you need to go back to where the Men in Black attraction is. Go into the shop that's attached to that. It's the one you get dumped out of after you get out of Men in Black. That is chock full of anime merchandise, which is just amazing. And yes, One Piece is extremely popular. I think the second season of the live action, which believe it or not was actually really freaking good, is coming out soon. Jared Markham says this makes me excited for when I go down in next September with my dad. Well, good. You're gonna have a blast, even if it's Japan and not Orlando, which that will probably be my next big trip. But that's going to be a little more saving to get out to Japan. Yeah, that's on my bucket list to go to Japan for two reasons. One, because I've always wanted to visit since I was a kid, and two, because if I want to see Walt's original vision of Disney World, I need to go to Tokyo Disneyland for the most part.
So you and Camera Girls should get on a plane. Me and Linda will join you. We'll leave the dogs and cats together. They should be able to take care of themselves. Let's go.
I'm down with that. I am so
Hey,
down.
you know
with
what?
That.
If you need someone to hide in your carry-on luggage, I'm always game.
Okay.
Sam, we got to make sure we have some breathing tubes for you in there.
Yeah. No, actually, I studied Japanese in high school because I had a friend who I went to an international high school, and they moved to America from Japan. She didn't speak any English, and so we taught her English. She taught us Japanese, but I'm so rusty. It would be fun to go back and like hear it and try to use it.
The funniest thing I ever seen with a Japanese Jimmy Hosumi, who's like my adopted father, second adopted father, was my dad's best friend, and my stepmom, who's Japanese. And I remember the first time they seen the veggie burgers. Remember they were called baki burgers, and he started laughing. He goes, "In Japanese, that's poop."
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And that just stuck with me ever since. I can't help it. Every time I see it, I laugh.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Oh, Lost in Translation's a thing. Oh, it's a thing.
It is. Back a couple years ago, maybe it was 10 years ago, Coke had this theme of "We bring good things to life." Was it "Bring things to life" or "Coke brings you back to life"? And apparently in Chinese it was translated to "brings your ancestors back to life" or something.
Oh, that's great.
All these Chinese dads going, "No, don't bring the mother-in-law back." Yeah. No.
Stuff that gets lost in translation. Hey, Dad, man, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Says, sorry, Reina Creole. Did miss you, but thanks again for showing Happy Gilmore too. Yes, you are very welcome. Mediano Mafia members, we got to watch Happy Gilmore 2 all together last night via Cosme. I laughed so freaking hard. And the cameos are too darn good. I had a great time. It was, it was on streaming. It was just fun, and it did its.
What is that on Netflix? Forgot.
Yes, it's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. So much fun. One Piece and Lord of the Rings are the only two things that can get me to fly over the ocean. Yes, if they bring Lord of the Rings to Universal Studios Great Britain, which I think they're going to do.
Oh my gosh, I'll
Because
be there.
someone asked, they said, well, oh, are they going to bring Lord of the Rings here? I'm like, no, 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 no. They have to have it in the UK. They have to have it at Universal Studios Great Britain. I will fly over there for that.
Lorena, the set area that they used for the Shire, they've actually now turned into like a little park. Like it's got a restaurant. You can go into the houses. They've got characters playing, the hobbits. Like that was their requirement. So the person, the farmer who owned the land,
Mm-hmm.
the first time around, he said, "Oh yeah, just return my land back to normal." The second time around, when they made the Hobbit movies, he's like, "I don't want it back to the normal. I want you to leave everything." And now he's turned it into this whole little like amusement, like little land place. I want to go there so bad.
Oh my gosh, that sounds absolutely freaking incredible. Uh, oh my gosh. Let's see. I just saw some folks sneak in. Oh, Sarah Rust, Universal Japan had a cool new One Piece show this year. Watch it on YouTube. Yes, I did see that. I did see that. I usually look at what Universal Japan is doing, and then usually about a year or two or three, some stuff we'll get here. Uh, like I want them to bring Chainsaw Man to Halloween Horror Nights, like they did 2 years ago in Japan. I felt some kind of way that y'all had Chainsaw Man and we didn't. Let's see. And Kimberly Ann Hart is here, and Dylan Soup is here as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, popping over for some more Universal news, which should shock no one. Universal Destinations and Experiences CEO Mark Woodbury teases Epic Universe expansion. What you can't see sitting here are all the expansion areas that are outside the spaces you can see. This is a first step in an epic future. There's a lot of room for expansion, and we're already thinking about how that plays out. Now, we've said this for quite some time, those of us who have been to Epic Universe already, those of us who were taking copious notes when they first brought out that big, huge model, and we were looking at all the empty spaces that if you were at ground level, you're not going to be able to see. It's like, yeah, we could see that. See, here's an expansion pad in front of Epic Universe. This one, and of course, Bio Reconstruct doing God's work as usual. This is over here by Super Nintendo World. You can't see over this here. When it's a perfect blue sky, it looks just like the darn video game. When you come out of Peach's Castle, it is like literally, I almost started crying. Yeah, I'm not ashamed. I did. I did, but it's blocked off and you can't see this big, huge expansion area back here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one, I think there's another one that is, wait a minute. This one is in back of Stardust Racers. So they have all this dirt and all this stuff going on. Didn't you say that it can expand before it even opened the Reina Creole? Yes, they built it with not just, hey, we're just going to put this thing in the park and leave it alone. And if we have to put something in there, we have to take something out. It's like, no, it's planned with phased expansion. So it's like they bought all the land they thought they were ever going to need. And they also have an option, I think, with Lockheed, because I really don't think Lockheed Mission and Fire Control is going to stay there much longer.
Story I got to share with you later, Lorraine. I forgot to send it over.
Yeah, I think they're going to Pop Smoke and eventually move up to the North Campus. So I don't really see Lockheed staying there for much longer. So if they get the option on that land too, it is a ton of land. I mean, I try to impress upon people how big Epic Universe is. It is huge. It is, I want to say it's bigger than Epcot. I mean, if you really want to say something. Hey, Erica, how are you, my dear?
I'm sorry I'm late. What are we talking about?
We are talking. Well, earlier we were talking about some lady. Oh wait, you know what? Here, let's see. First, we talked about this map that
Oh.
Universal Studios Japan has, a cool map. And look at
That looks good. Oh,
oh
wow. Is that Snoopy on the bottom?
Yeah, I
yeah,
know, right?
I
Snoopy,
love
Hello
Snoopy.
Kitty, Butterbeer, Donkey Kong. We got One Piece characters from One Piece. We got the characters from that's
Ooh.
Shinshi from Apothecary Diaries, Minions,
Oh, gosh.
Bond, the dog from Spy Family. I did. This looks amazing. I had to bring this up because I said this is such a cool
Ooh.
idea.
Is this foreshadowing of what's to come in the U.S.?
I hope so.
I
This is
just realized.
perfect for like a really really hot day, and it's like, okay, we can go and get all these, and they're gorgeous. They look
So they have the rights to Snoopy overseas, which is interesting. If
But
they get
not here in the States?
See,
right now, I think Knott's Berry Farms has
not.
that.
Yeah, they own it.
So
Okay.
I'm wondering if they'll start leasing that out to you. I could see them doing that.
see, they need to have a bingo card for all those drinks
NASA has rights
so that
to
you
it
can.
They
too.
should. I could see that frozen treat bingo, which I
Yep,
think they
I
should
would so
do.
play that game.
Oh, you would need both. You would need
Oh,
both.
that Hello Kitty looks really good down there, and that Snoopy, I keep staring at it.
Part of
Doesn't
me
it?
keeps wondering if that purple one in the top has ube in it, just because it's Asia,
It
and I love
could.
ube.
Oh, maybe.
Is that lychee? Maybe
It could
that's
be
it. Could. I
that.
love lychee fruit. I really do love lychee. Scott Strimmer says part of Kings Island is themed to Snoopy.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Well,
So
with
they just
Six
kind of
Flags,
license out wherever, I guess?
I wonder,
Yes, yeah.
didn't Six Flags become part of somebody?
They became part of Cedar Fair.
So I'm wondering that's all. And I think Knott's Berry is bought by Cedar Fair too. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, not. Oh my gosh, I know, and Dylan's
It's
in the
yeah,
chat
Ruben,
can
that's how they
remind me.
did. Got
I
it.
know Knott's bought Dorney Park, and that's how Dorney Park in Allentown and PA got Snoopy, and then Cedar Fair merged with Six Flags, so they kind of became this conglomerate. But the licensing for Snoopy may be different, I think, in Japan. I think. Okay. Yeah, you read my mind. The new Six Flags, formerly just Cedar Fair, owned Peanuts. Dorney Park has a whole Planet Snoopy kids area. It's magical. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. For those of us in the
Yeah,
Northeast, Dorney Park was the training park where you went to get ready to train to go to Disney World. That's what it was.
Mhm.
Unless you went to Accident Park,
Unless you what?
Action Park.
Oh, I didn't go to that part.
Yeah, I used to work there.
Okay. Okay. That's with the
and
with
see, I I grew up with the little amusement park Vash is familiar with. It was called Castles and Coasters, and I had siblings who actually worked there and ran the roller coasters and everything. But we spent so much time, and so I thought that's what an amusement park was, and then I went to Disney and my mind was blown.
it
Yeah.
it was just crazy. I mean, and the thing with Dorney Park, because I grew up going to Dorney Park. It's like people you go to picnics, school trips, all of that at Dorney Park. So it was like this beloved like boutique park. And actually, the oh my gosh, I think it's one of the I think it's the Tow Mater ride that's at Disneyland. They actually built that off of the I forget what the Whippet ride at Dorney Park. So that's where they got the idea for that. But it's like it's been there for like over like 100 years. It's one of those cute little boutique parks. I did not like the fact that they got bought out by conglomerate, so to speak, because it was a fun local park that it was just a ritual. Everyone went their school trips, senior trips, 4th of July. The fireworks for 4th of July, I would say, almost rivaled Disney at one point in time.
Oh, wow.
Because it was out in the middle of nowhere in Allentown, and just so many fireworks. The Whippet is like 110 years old, the oldest ride in the park. Yes, it is. And we still want to ride it. We just don't care. But we're talking about all that room Epic Universe has to expand. And Bio Reconstruct, he's been showing so many pictures. Like, this is one in back of Super Nintendo World. You cannot see this.
But that one spot, right where that, if you look where you could see the Atlantic,
yeah,
and you come down, when you're walking out the park there where the stores are, you could see the gate. Remember, when we were walking out, you could see that gate there. That kind of tells you that's where there's going to be an entrance to another land.
Mm-hmm. And plus, these trees haven't quite grown in yet. They're very young. They're very young trees. So you can kind of see, but you can tell it's like this space, and you're just like, okay, I guess something's going to be there eventually. But yeah, that's one expansion part.
Well, if you look at it, they actually have some trees lining the edges. Why would they plant trees to line the edges if they didn't ever plan on, like, if they weren't going to do something?
Mm-hmm.
Go back to that picture. No, the other one.
Let's see. I think
Before.
I lost my picture. Wait a minute.
That's okay. There was trees on the side, and you, like, though no one's going to see those trees unless they expand. So they obviously are planning on expand. Yeah, that one. There's trees lining the area, the edge, so that they can still build, but there's trees. You wouldn't put in trees to mature if you're gonna, that to me that looks like they're wanting those to mature, and they're putting them in now so they're ready. Anyway, I could be wrong.
That's a good point, because the trees, first of all, the horticulture in this park is insane. It reminds me of like Victoria Gardens, and just like those gorgeous English gardens with just like flowers and vegetation just everywhere. They're just cramming it everywhere. It looks so good. When I was at Epcot on Thursday, actually saw 2 like planters where they had all of these canna lilies there. I mean, I hadn't seen horticulture like that at Disney for the longest time. And that's the standard that they used to have. But you go to Epic Universe and it's all over the place. How it looks like a garden. It looks like a Victorian garden, no matter like where you look. And you can see some of the trees, they're little and all that, they're there, but it's going to be incredible shade once they get it done.
From that picture there, you could see behind Stardust Racers. You could see that a lot, really.
Yeah, that's the lot. That's the lot. If you okay, so here is, see, that's Destination Parkway, I believe. To the upper right, those warehouses are along Sand Lake Road. So if you drive down Sand Lake Road, you see there's like the team member parking lot, Universal Creative, their new location, and then here is like a bunch of warehouses. So you can see a little bit of this dirt back here. Most people visiting the park aren't going to be going down Sand Lake Road this far, so they wouldn't really notice it. But yeah, that space there, this space here. I think there's some back over here where Darkmoor is. They still have the at Epic Universe. When are we going to get the monsters back for the Monsters Cafe? They seem to be preserved pretty good. I just want to know what they're going to do with them.
One's holding a pizza.
I know. It was such a cheesy restaurant. I got so mad that the day I wanted to go was the day they shut it down.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, they did it for the minions. I was so upset. Universal is doing what Disney should have been doing years ago to make Cars Land and Villains Land. Yeah, remember, Disney World was supposed to have the blessing of size.
Yep.
Everything that they needed to make plans and make their dreams come true. And taking stuff out.
Then they got Iger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. And then they got Iger. Say what you want about Michael Eisner. The Eisner era, I tell you, it was fun to be a Disney teenager during that time period.
Yeah, it was.
Man, there was so much stuff, so much merch, so many movies, all just all of that. And let's see. Okay, well, skipping on over here to Halloween Horror Nights because construction is starting to happen over at Universal Studios Orlando. The sets are going up and all that. So, Nightmare Fuel, which is you have to, oh gosh, you got to go see Nightmare Fuel. It is like Cirque du Soleil. I say, kind of like the metal version of Cirque du Soleil. You're like
Oh,
nightmare. It is for grown folks, mature themes. Uh,
Erica, you can't go. We'll spare you.
hey, if it's a show without them getting in my face and scaring me, I'd watch it.
you would like it. This is one of the things that I recommend to quote unquote scaredy cats. And I'm coming out with
Hmm.
a video about that, putting that together. This is one of the things that you can do. And the show runs, I think there's like I think 4 show times per night. And it is amazing. You got pyro effects, you've got aerial dancers. It is amazing. It's
So it's
absolutely.
more of like a show, like a circus show with a Halloween theme than like a real creep fest, like creepy
Yes,
thing. Okay.
yes. Yes, it is. So the music is insanely good. Like I'm not like a serious rock fan aficionado, but the music is banging in this show. So this is something where you can like say, "Hey, just drop me off. I'm gonna watch a couple of I'm gonna watch a couple of showings." It is very entertaining. It's like I want to say they pulled off some stuff for Cirque Arcanum probably from this. Not a lot. There's certain effects that they did, and it's a scary show. Not scary. I'm jumping out of my skin, but scary kind of like how the heck are they going to do that? There's some effects. Like one time they had an effect where this chick got her head cut off and a guillotine, but it wasn't either way.
Okay. So it's illusion and suspense, not horror so much.
Yes,
Okay.
illusion, suspense, surreal dreams. Like I think last year, one of the portions, one of the show's themes was it was this one performer, and he basically was recounting his time at the circus, and he said, but there was this I don't know, I think it was this trapeze artist that he was in love with, and he said, "I'm not going to let her die this time." And that's how the show started. So it's such a visual delight to watch. I totally recommend that people check this show out. Definitely, definitely. I think I filmed it once or twice in the back after a couple of weeks. Halloween Horror Nights has been out, but usually they do not allow you to film it. Uh, you'll get copyright claimed for all of the music that's in it. So they usually try to they have you not record the first like couple weeks it's out, but by the time I did it, it was near the end of Halloween Horror Nights, so they didn't care. So it's very, very, very cool. Very cool. You should definitely check it out. If anything, just with how the performers are. and all the pyro that's in there because I love pyro effects. So it's right up your girl's alley. Hey, Dance Life at the Kingdom. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mr. Milktoast says a scary circus is the very opposite of what a circus is supposed to be. This is Halloween Horror Night, so yeah, it's twisted. Very, very twisted. So there's that. And another thing that I am glad they are bringing back is the horror water show. The last time that they had this was they like had a Ghostbusters theme to it too that they did, but it went away due to COVID. But now they're finally bringing it back. So this is the Hauntophonic, a ghoulish journey. A ghost story is rising from its watery grave to haunt the Universal Studios lagoon, featuring towering water screens and eerie music. So you know how they have the Cinesational show?
Yeah.
This is basically Cinesational for Halloween Horror Night. So yet again, another thing where if you're a scaredy cat and you don't want to go into the houses, you can check this show out. And the effects are really, really, really cool with this. I'm looking forward to this coming back. They do such a good job with it. So yep, that's the updates from Universal. Multi-night packages, multi-night tickets are on sale for Halloween Horror Nights. Although, if you're trying to get the express pass for the multi-night tickets, good luck. No, they are gone. They're gone.
Did you see the new pin for the pass holders?
No.
Yes.
The
Yes,
Burning
I did.
Blade Tavern.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to go pick that up.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
What is it?
The Burning Blade Tavern. The windmill's on fire.
The pin. Yeah.
Oh, a pin. Okay, I thought it was something else.
Yeah.
I'm geeking out. Sorry.
If you're a Universal annual pass holder, they give us so many cool stuff. You know, it's basically first come, first serve. When they're gone, they're gone. You get like a pin, you get like a magnet, all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, the Jaws sipper is back.
I seen that. I was gonna tell you, and I'm like, I know you said you wanted one. I think it was you said you wanted one. The Jaws sipper, where he's biting the barrel like he looks like he's biting the.
Yeah, it was one. It was on my list. Yeah.
And I'm like, I wanted to be sure on that if it was actually there.
Yeah, I do. I want the Jaws sipper, and I want the little people set from Jaws for the 50th. It's got Hooper, it's got Sheriff Brody, and it's got Quint, and it looks like Quint is getting eaten by Jaws. You know, I've seen the movie. It's $20, and the way it's set in the box, it looks absolutely perfect. So yep, I will be back at Universal on Thursday, so I'll be live streaming from there. I'm going to catch the Cinesational, the drone show, and go back through Amity Island again. I love what they did with that. It's going to be really, 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 really freaking cool. All right, well, we got 77 of you in here between YouTube and X, so thank you so very much. This is the Resort Recon live podcast. Let's get to some Disney news, and this is coming from Disney Tourist blog, which is actually a really, really cool blog to check out. Last hurrah, summer 2025 crowd spike at Disney World. So this is by Tom Bricker. Says July 2025 is finishing with a bang at Walt Disney World after initially starting slow. Wait times and crowd levels are increasing, a trend that's likely to continue until off-season and Halloween arrive next month. This shares data plus our on-the-ground observation plus theories for the increase in why international travel hasn't been hit as hard as expected. So I know when I've been in the park, I've noticed an uptick of people visiting. It is nowhere near how it used to be back in the day. Because remember when we would go in the summer and it was nothing but wall to wall, people all over the place. Magic Kingdom open until like 12 midnight, but nobody really left until 1 in the morning. In the morning.
Yeah.
It's not like that now. Um, there are not as many people used to be there, although there is an uptick in attendance. And one of the reasons that I think that's true is because of locals, because the schools here go back. They go back to school August 11th.
Yeah.
And I think summer school is out. So I've noticed a lot more locals at the park.
My
Internet,
grandkids start next week.
which one?
My grandkids start next week in Georgia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, usually we would go in August because the Florida kids would be back in school. And if you were from the Northeast, of course, we weren't going back to school until after Labor Day. So it was like lice and not all that busy when we would go in late August. As a matter of fact, you would see you would see so many darn Philadelphia Eagles jerseys the last 2 weeks in August as the people coming to visit then because Southern kids are in school and you had plenty of space and plenty of time. But even with that uptick, it's not near what it used to be. International visitors are still visiting. I still see plenty of Brits. Uh, Brazilian tour groups, y'all know what they are. They are still, they're back. So I haven't seen any slowdown in international travel. But I would say that due to, well, one, you've got the parade that's in the evening. So you'll see a whole bunch of people, of course, I've showed you like in the mosh pit and everything, but the rides are all walk-ons.
Mm-hmm.
They're all there for the parade.
They're all there for the parade and the fireworks, and then they're gone. You know, for
Is
sure.
it attendance observation just for Magic Kingdom or for all of Disney property?
Let's see. I think. Da, 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 da. I think they're doing it for all of them. July and on the
It
ground.
seemed like Disney was trying to filibust at least the Magic Kingdom attendance numbers with the way they were doing the reservations for the parade and kind of buff up the attendance there, at least for that park intentionally.
Mhm.
Didn't they
Yeah.
rescind those reservations for the parade though because there was not enough people showing up? Where they made it open for people?
I am not sure. I know Thursday I thought about going over to the Magic Kingdom and pulled up the reservation system, and there weren't any available
Hmm.
for the Magic Kingdom. Although my guess is after, I want to say probably 2 weeks, there's going to be no need for reservations. I think that they did that just to kind of inflate demand, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not okay. The first night, the Disney adults were there. Okay, the Disney adults and bloggers were there
Yeah.
that Sunday, the first night, and it was insane how many people were there. Um, it seems to me that it's starting to go down, but I'll know for sure Sunday, not Sunday, excuse me, Monday when I go back on Monday. But this is not a parade is not enough to bring people to the park to stay. It is a one off. Whenever you see the fireworks, everybody's concentrated there on Main Street. But Pirates of the Caribbean is a walk on, Haunted Mansion
Yeah.
is a walk on. Um, Peter Pan's Flight is as close to a walk on as it's ever
Mhm.
going to be, and there's hardly anyone in line for the attractions.
Yeah. That's when we went. That's what we would go and we did the nighttime parade one night, but the other nights we would go and hit all of the things that we hadn't been able to get because the lines were insane.
Mhm.
And so that's actually probably a good thing for people right now. If you don't want to see the parade or you've already seen the parade, go hit those other rides instead. But I mean, things are so empty as it is. It's not like you even need that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah,
Mm.
you really don't.
Did you read there was this? I don't know if you. I didn't post it or maybe I didn't. I forgot on the Disney tips and tricks. This one lady booked a like land and I don't think it's a legitimate land and sea package, although Disney used to have those. I don't know if they still do. But she booked a cruise, Disney cruise, and vacation in the parks, totaling $30,000
Oh my
What was
for a
she
gosh.
doing?
2 week vacation. I think there was like four in her party, four or five. It was either two or three kids, and the comments were just
I'd be like,
like
one other
what?
kid.
30,000.
Well, I guess you could have sent your kid to
30,000.
college,
30.
but
30.
30,000, not 13. Yeah, 30.
I want to know what class of cabin she had.
Well,
Uh,
that's what people were telling her. They were like, "You need to scale back. We don't know what exactly have you booked. If you're doing all the deluxe stuff and all the fancy add-ons, then yeah, you're going to spend that much." But it was nuts. I'm like, even if I had that kind of money, I still couldn't justify spending it like
no.
I
that.
would rather send my kids to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
It's a brand new car.
Uh-huh.
No, it is. Yeah, paid in cash. You can get two cars for that
Mhm.
actually,
Yep.
used. But
That absolutely stuns me because
Dude,
I've
that's a
done a
down
Disney
payment on a
cruise.
house.
I did a land and sea package. Granted, this was when Camera Girl was really, really little. And I think I paid in total maybe like 5 grand total. We had an outside cabin, but they called it like I don't know, like some port view cabin. So we had like our own balcony, which was nice. And it was very decorated. It had like a nautical theme, like with all the maps and everything of like Florida and the Bahamas and all that stuff. So we had a nice, you know, cabin towards the back, pad, balcony, everything could just like relax, the sea and all of that. We had a pre-stay package where we stayed at the Polynesian, I think, for 3 nights, and then a post stay where we stayed at the French Quarter, which is very, very
do,
doable.
do they
But
still do the land and sea packages where it's together and the bus takes you to the cruise and then the cruise and the bus takes you back? Like they used to have like it together, but I
I
don't know if they still do that.
I believe that they still do that because that is like one of
Because I
their
feel like she did everything a la carte. It's like
that is so
I don't even think she
stupid.
called Disney to book. I think she did it all online on her own. It's like, if you called Disney, they probably would have told you, why don't we do it this way?
There
It's
we go.
cheaper.
Disney Vacations by
Or
Land and
maybe they didn't because
Sea.
they just wanted a milker.
You know
Or
what?
yeah, there's that too.
If
Maybe.
you get a very unscrupulous, I would say, not every travel agent is going to be the best fit for you. Like the travel agent that I got, I vetted a lot of travel agents because I'm like, one, I don't need you fleecing me. Two, I need you to know exactly what you're doing. So my travel agent, her specialty was getting everybody discount codes. She would usually know the discount code and apply it, and I'd find out after the fact.
Yeah.
She was just that good at it. But yeah, you can get a land and sea package, pre and post stays. Because I did
Wow.
this, which was
I don't
actually
think she
really
did that.
nice. Because the DCL bus would roll up to your resort and
Yep.
you get like information about, because even at the Polynesian, because that's where we were, you check in at the Disney Cruise Line check-in desk, and every Disney resort has that. So to make sure, your passports, all of that stuff is
People were even asking her, like, why do you need 2 full weeks with Disney? There's so much more to
Mm-hmm.
do in Florida. Why don't you go to the beach? Scale
yeah,
back on the Disney part of your vacation and leave room for seeing other things around Florida. And 2 full weeks, you can do a lot
Yeah.
in 2 weeks anywhere.
A lot of people
Dude,
that
hit
don't
Universal. Your
realize
kids would love it. Sorry.
Florida is bigger, that they just don't realize it. Every Some people I talk to, they're just like, "Oh, they're just Disney." They just don't get it. They
no, they
don't
don't.
research. They don't care. They just
No, they
go.
really,
They're
they really don't. And one of the things that you also have to realize is that the
That's
Disney
so shocking to
website
me. But I
does
was raised
not.
there. So to me, it's like, duh, there's beaches.
It's like the beaches. There's quaint little, towns.
there's
Uh,
so much history
others,
and beautiful architecture. Lorena, you were talking about the um Gilded Age. And people don't realize the
Hmm.
Gilded Age in Florida, there is some
That was real.
fabulous architecture.
yes.
There's beautiful artwork and mosaics. Like if you are into art and architecture, there are some really great art deco things that you can go and see in
Mhm.
Florida that you can't see anywhere else in the world. I just don't understand why people don't research the history of places, and they like, I love amusement parks. I love those things too, but I also like going to museums. I like, dude, all of the shipwrecks off the coast of Florida.
Oh yeah.
There is so much like treasure from shipwrecks. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many cool things, and people just get caught up in the parks. Like, parks are great, parks are fun, but there's also other things.
Oh yeah.
There's so yeah, and you're right. There's so much that's here besides the theme parks, but for some folks it's like they just want to go to the theme parks and that's it. And it's like when I would visit as a kid, of course, I'm going to Jacksonville, I'm going to Putnam County. I
Mm.
go like out, drive out to the beach, see all the different beaches, the history stuff that's in St. Augustine. There was
Mm-hmm.
so much more than just the theme park. So I think either she wanted to go like overboard, no pun intended, where you get those presidential suites that are up on the top
Yeah.
level, and you have like an extra bedroom and all of that. Yeah, I could see that. So I'm just like, I'm just interested in, where were you staying? Were you staying in a deluxe villa um, at Disney before and after? How that works? But
And then how much time are you spending in your room when you're on vacation?
Mm-hmm.
And what are you do even if you're having resort days, how much time are you actually just sitting around in your room? Unless you got people coming into your room to give you a massage
I
and
mean,
having a
at
chef
that
come into your room and cook you a meal, like, I don't know. It's
well,
just
I've
like
had
even with
people tell me that's like, "Hey, I want to go to Disney. Well, where's your Florida vacation going? Well, we're going to the Keys. You think I have time to drive up in a day? No,
it
absolutely not.
it is. Oh my gosh, this was the ship I went on. Was the Magic,
so
to show you how long ago it was. There were only two Disney cruise ships at the time.
I'm not been I don't know how Disney compares to other cruise liners, but usually your food is included on a cruise unless you want extra. So, like, was she yeah, was she getting like a specialty food every meal? Like, how, I didn't even
I think it's the
personally, I'm a
room. She
frugal
may
person.
I think she went for a high end room was what it was,
Oh
like a
my
high end
gosh.
stateroom,
Yeah,
like maybe 2 bedroom, like Lorena was saying.
Mhm.
Maybe I don't know if they offer alcohol packages,
Oh
like
yeah,
the
I
other
don't
that
cruises
I always
do.
forget.
that stuff is a la carte. One thing that I
Okay.
found out about on the cruise ship was that alcohol was not included.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a drinker or you're just an occasional drinker, it's not going to be a problem. But if you are just boozing it up every night, first of all, the alcohol is cheaper when you get into international waters and
Mm.
stronger when you get into
Oof.
international
Yeah.
waters. In
Mm.
port, it was more expensive. So the drink that I had when we were in port was nowhere near the level that I had when we were in international waters. I was seeing triple. I'm like,
Oh,
where's my
jeez.
kid? Where's my kid in the pool? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah.
But that's smart because it kind of limits people from drinking if it's an extra budgeted and it's a little bit more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And people are already usually
Hopefully.
on a budget going on a cruise, unlike Carnival and all that disaster.
God. This yes, the Section 8 cruise line. Okay, there's a reason Disney and likes of Norwegian cruise lines and Princess cruise lines why they are priced the way that they are priced. There's a reason. They price out the people who just want to go on the disgustingly cheap and it's like it's okay. Carnival Cruise Line is like the all star resorts of cruise ships.
Yeah, I've kind of gathered that. It's like the budget cruise liner.
It is. I went on one of those ships when I was in grad school. One of my professors, we had to do an ergonomics study or something like that, and I got to see how the sausage is made. I'm like, I am
Oh,
never setting foot on a Carnival Cruise Line, freaking
the
ever.
Walmart.
Now, with that said,
Mm-hmm.
I had a great time on the cruise, although I'm not a cruise person. I didn't want to eat with people I didn't freaking know. That got on my nerves. I did not want to do that. But the one thing I did want to pay for was I wanted a room with an ocean view, and the ones that were like here were more expensive than the ones here. You see, like the portholes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's one like near here. They're like near the end here. Actually, yeah, back this way because we were at the back of the ship. That actually had like a partial balcony with like a little porthole and everything, and was not as expensive as all of these. And it was actually really nice because we got to go in the back of the ship to go up the stairs and the elevator and everything, not as crowded. So that actually cost me less, but that was something, that I wanted. I didn't care about being on the upper levels. I didn't care about having a suite with a freaking piano in it. I think there's like a Walt Disney suite that's on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stuff
Oh,
that it
geez.
was just like lifestyles of the rich and famous kind of thing. I'm like, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no. I didn't really. I was like, I didn't need that. But you can do a cruise for cheap, or you can do a cruise that will fleece you of all of your money. Yeah, I would rather do Norwegian Cruise Line. I've seen the ships for Norwegian Cruise Line because when I went and we were on the Magic, which was one of the two ships that Disney had, and I saw a Norwegian Cruise Line ship. I'm like, how does that float? Because it was fucking massive. It was like
It's
no.
like the Royal Caribbean Oasis, that new ship they just
Yeah.
came out with. It's the biggest in the world right now. And yeah, you look at that monstrosity and it's like,
It's
yeah,
a
how
city.
does that even float?
It's a city.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Yes.
like,
Yep.
how the heck does that even float? And you know how they sail the ship with a darn joystick? That's how they
Oh, that's
how they
crazy.
how they do it. But yeah, I mean, out of granted, the parks are not as much of a value as they used to be. Really, not the case for the Disney Cruise Line. Um, I loved being on there. I don't know what they're paying those people, but it seemed like every time I turned around, somebody was asking me if I needed anything. The cabin steward, I swore he never slept. and was always doing stuff for us, making like towel animals and stuff like that for Camera
Yeah.
Girl and all of that. I'm like, you don't sleep, do you? To the point where at the end of the cruise where you have to tip everybody, I didn't understand why I needed to tip the maitre d' of the restaurant. He didn't do anything. Uh, why do I need to tip the guy who brings me drinks, like non-alcoholic drinks? I'm like, I don't see why he gets anything. The server, yeah, I can see that. But the person who I'm like, why can't I just give all the money to the cabin steward? Because he did pretty much every single freaking thing. Even hooked me up with extra H2O body products too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
that
that's the
was
thing.
fun.
I think people don't realize that with cruises, there are things that come with cruises that don't always come with resort stays. Like you can with some of them get robes. You can get those towel animals. You can get like there's just different things that are they're free. You have to ask for them, but they're free.
Hmm.
And like you can even get room service sometimes and it's free. Whereas as a resort, you pay for those sorts of things. And so it's going to these like going to the YouTubers or the vloggers, the people who specialize in those things. And then also, like you were saying, Lorena, they don't have to use the first travel agent they talk to. They can interview their travel agent and be like, yeah, you don't get me. I'm moving on. And I if you really want an amazing vacation, take the time to plan it. Really, like, don't just do it on the spur of the moment. You will pay more. Really, really plan and research.
Yes, which is why I always recommend mousesavers.com. Hashtag not sponsored, but let me tell you, I used to swim on this page every single trip that I was going to take, even if I didn't think I was going to take a trip, just to see what discounts were out, what was offered, the planning articles that, that they have here. They even have stuff about the Disney Cruise Line discounts, how it works, discounts for military, Florida residents, Canadian residents, European, all of this that they have, and they're not a travel agency. And Sam is right. It's like this. Not every travel agent has your best interest in mind. Some travel agents profit off of your ignorance and you not knowing what the going rates are for certain things, or they'll make it seem like not all travel agents are like this, but the travel agent that I had, they were completely different. Their whole thing was, okay, I'm going to give you two numbers, a budget number and something with a bit more amenities, so you can let me know what it is that you're comfortable dealing with and give you informed choices at the same time. But you definitely have to. And another dirty little secret about some of these websites, not mouse savers, but we'll say hmm, like the Diz, Walt Disney,
Sorry.
that have a travel agent component to it, whether it is them directly or whether it's with a partnership. You have to understand how they're presenting information. So that's a big deal. You're spending, I don't know how much money, thousands of dollars, and not doing any research. That is not how to do these trips. And of course, you have some people who have the money. Yeah, okay, that's fine and everything, but you can do Disney for a lot, lot cheaper than uh than that. Yes, Avarice. Yeah, you really do need to, because they will prey off of your, not all of them. You need to find a travel agent that fits with what you need. For myself, I am really anal retentive about my trips. I don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm a control freak. I need to know everything. If I'm going to hire a travel agent, I need to know that you will help me plan a trip the way that I would do it for the most part. And first
Mhm.
travel agent I bet, talk to her on the phone. Um, She told me her style, how her agency works. They do not get a fee. They usually get their money from Disney, so that kind of took some things out of it. But she understood me. So she also got to the point where I had her for like 15 years, I think. It would get to the point where she would know exactly which hotels kind of was going with. She's like, is it the cheap trip? Is it a medium trip or whatever? Again, discount codes. She was always on top of discount codes, and contact her. She'd get back to me, ASAP. She treated my vacation like it was hers, and that's pretty much what you want for
Yep.
the most part. Just don't grab a sub with that is true. That is true. Uh yes. Hey, awesome one. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. Travel. Yes. Yes, Mr. Milkos, they still exist. Um People still use them. Although the travel agency will say of years past, it's different. Now lots of people have information on their hands, but not necessarily the time to digest all of that information. So, yeah, they're still travel agents, still travel agents, especially for Disney because that brings in a lot of money. Whole lot of money. So let's see. Here are we with time?
And
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
okay, so here's a quick example. My husband and I had planned a trip to Hawaii, and his aunt and uncle had planned one, and we didn't realize we'd planned them at the same time, same island, same things. We were just doing them on slightly different days of the same week. And afterwards, we compared, and because we had used leisure travel, because we had shopped around, because we had gotten expert advice, and where we did our entire vacation. This was also at the tail end of COVID. We did an entire week in Hawaii for $3,000. They spent 15,000. We did all of the same stuff. We did not feel like we missed out on anything.
Sane. Oh my.
So, doing your research, looking for those coupon codes, using someone who knows the situation, like we did leisure travel through the military, and can get you those good discounts, really makes a difference, people. All the same places, all the same experiences, totally different price tag.
Wow. Yep, folks, remember, there's always a discount. There is.
Sometimes the 5-finger one. Oops, I didn't say that out loud.
Well, I want to show you guys. This was the Starlight Evening Parade. And of course, it's like they were trying to be the one in Disneyland, Tokyo Disneyland, but not quite. The Blue Fairy float is still freaking amazing. It is so gorgeous. It's beautiful. And of course, you've got Pinocchio and Geppetto in there. But overall, this parade was, how would I put this? They did a couple of things to kind of remind you of the Main Street Electrical parade, but overall, there were too many empty spots in this parade. Usually with Disney parades, there's so much stuff that's going on. It's like everything is packed. This was more of like what Dance Life at the Kingdom said was more like a cavalcade. And if you remember during COVID, Disney would say, "Oh, we have these cavalcades that are out there." Basically, it's a float, and then 20 feet later, somebody else walking, and then another float, and that was it. That's pretty much what this was. If you notice how much space is between, let's see, here's a blue fairy float. Notice how much space there is. Yeah, not even close to Dreamlights. It is not even close to the one in Japan at
It it
at
it
all.
did. It looked like there's so much space in between it. There was not enough performers in between. It just,
So
Yeah,
it's cute, but not spectacular.
that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
That's the same thing that Pro mentioned when he went from his seeing it, was that there just was not the same level of performers as so many of the other parades, and he actually broke down the numbers. It's literally they've got like less than a fourth of the people on this as they normally do. So this is definitely a budget thing. Even though it looks great, the lights are beautiful, the floats are great, this is definitely still a budget parade.
it needs more life to it, as you're saying. It doesn't have enough life in between it.
No, it doesn't. And I compare it to take out electrical, Main Street Electrical Parade, because that's the GOAT. All right. I'll take that one out. Spectro Magic. What I remember from that parade is you could basically see that thing from space because there were so many lights. And even the performers, like you see here, see how dark that is? With Spectro Magic, the outfits were lit up, like everything, the dresses, all that. You could see exactly what the person was wearing, everything. With this, it's like, okay, the dark things with leaves on it is
When
that.
you were there, Lorena, seeing it with your eye versus the camera, how
Hmm.
did it translate now that you're watching it back with the camera? What it's not as blue, it comes out a little bit more clear, but it was still dark perception to your eye, correct?
Yeah,
With the dancers?
yeah, very very dark. As a matter of fact, I want to skip to, like, the float was, they were okay. They looked nice. But again, if you've seen the one in Japan, we already know that they're just not that close. Like this here, only that's lit up, not their outfits at all. And I'm trying to find where is this frozen? Okay, it's frozen. Trying to look for Anna and the no, yeah, for Anna and the rest of them. It was so dark. It's like they have these dark outfits on and like a little bit of sparkle. That was a cool float. Okay, right there, right there. Okay. Compare this, and Dan is in the chat. Compare this to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties with the ghost dancers. Their stuff is lit up. You can see the outfits very well. With Spectral Magic, everything was lit up. With this, it was like twinkle and why. It supposedly they put more light, but that's what it should have been in the first place. And it's still not as much light as I would like on those. It's a night parade. Everything should be lit up. Like I'm saying, you should be able to see the sucker from space. It should be that lit up because that's what we used to get.
My issues were there wasn't enough of Disney classics being represented. Like you had Alice in Wonderland and Mary Poppins, and even their outfits were lit up walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the way they did the princess floats here because Cinderella, considering it's her castle in that park, should have had her own float and in a carriage or have the carriage on a float, but it really needed its own float because that is her castle in that park.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like how they threw Snow White, Aladdin, Jasmine, and Tangled into this little like train looking float with the Fab Five.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why aren't these other princesses getting their own separate floats? And Snow White, being, so iconic to the Disney company, also deserved her own float. Those were my kind of picks after kind of observing after a while.
I wish
Unless they're
Maui
going to
had been
add
on
more later.
That's a good
Sorry,
question.
Erica.
I'm not aware of that.
I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know. I hope they're going to add more later. Maybe this is all they could afford right now. And maybe they'll add more down the road. But I don't know.
I wish they had added Maui to the Moana float because she just looked so lonely up there.
Yeah, not only that, there's like the one where you're supposed to see, like her grandmother's, well, her grandmother's spirit is like a stingray. And if you weren't looking for it, you wouldn't know. It's like eventually it kind of comes up, and it's nowhere near what it looks like in the movie. Because in the movie, it's this blue bioluminescence around it that just lights up and just looks so gorgeous. Eh, this one, not so much. It just looks like, hey, we're just gonna flip it open with a couple of lights and that's it.
I think Spectro had, was it 24 floats? And in between each float, you had, performers, you had dancers that was themed in the float behind them.
Mm-hmm. And some of them would like be on these little balls.
Oh, I
Kind of,
loved that.
oh, that cute. It would like roll
Especially with the
around.
fairies, the Aurora's fairies. That was just
Yes.
so cute.
Oh,
Because it looked like they were floating.
Yeah, they were like floating around, and they'd come over to the side and talk to interact with the crowd and everything. It was like a three-ring circus in a way. There was so much you didn't know what to look at first with Spectrum Magic, and even this one right here. It's like it was okay. Pepita did not have enough smoke coming out of her mouth. They didn't really use that effect as much. And again, it was an okay float, but I would have expected more, honestly, from this, especially seeing Coco.
Yeah.
But where are his ancestors? He's the
where's
only character. Where's the
dad? Where's where's the dad that he finds? Where's his grandma? There's so many fabulous characters in that movie. Why is he all alone?
Yeah.
It's all about family. I don't see that on that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Hispanic movie. It's all about family. Same with Encanto. They didn't really include a very much of the family.
No, they just
on
had
that float either.
They just had Mirabelle. I didn't see Louisa. I saw oh my gosh.
Oh, that was her name. That was the one I was like, why don't they have the big girl? Because she was actually one of the most popular character.
Yes, she was
in the movie next to Maribel. She was like the next one that was the it character.
No, they did not have her. They didn't have Antonio. They didn't have the grandmother, the matriarch of the family. They had Bruno on the back.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like this. It's like the soul of it was gone. Like with the Moana float here. Okay, you would never know that there was this thing that would pop up to look like the stingray that like her grandmother, that her grandmother was. And even when you did see it, it looked very, okay, I guess. It just
like the lights were dulled. They weren't bright enough.
Yeah, they weren't. It's one of the things that Disneyland did, not Disneyland, excuse me, Tokyo Disneyland did very well. When we saw their parade, it's like the lights were alive. If you notice that, it's just with like every float, every outfit, all of that. With this, it seemed like they were trying to dazzle you with light, and that was it. There wasn't a cohesive music score to go with it at all.
I liked how Tink was on the ground greeting people. That's never been done before. She's always stuck on the float stationary. And for once, kids can interact with Tinkerbell. I like that.
Yeah. I did like that. And I said, "Oh, she's walking around and then you can go see the fireworks and if it's a clear day, you'll get to see, Tinkerbell
Mhm.
fly." I do not know if that's the same friend of Tinkerbell. I have no idea. But that's a nice, thing to kind of put together like, "Hey, I saw Tinkerbell and then, I saw her fly." So I did like this float. This float was actually pretty nice, especially with like London, Big Ben, and all of that. But you don't have the Lost Boys, you don't have Hook, you don't have Mr. Smee. So that part is missing. It's like picking and choosing what they wanted to put in there. And this float here with Thomas the Tank Engine's cousin, I'm gonna keep saying that. This one was called Whimsy,
Don't
and it's
get me started on this.
yeah, Whimsy. Again, Thomas the Tank Engine's cousin. And they have, Goofy at the front, which is cool. And they have the Fab Five there, as well. But I would think with the Fab Five, it would have been a much bigger float. Usually Mickey and Minnie are up. If you've seen, I think they did it with Spectrum Magic too, but with the Festival of Fantasy Parade, which that parade is actually very, very good. There's a ton of floats, there's a ton of activity going on. And yeah, see, there's Snow White and Dopey, and it's like, why are they on this float with the Fab Five? That the Fab Five is supposed to have their own float. Even in Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, they have their own float with the Fab Five. They'll have Donald. I think Donald was walking around, and then you had Mickey, and last year they had Daisy, Minnie, and Clarabelle as the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus, which looked really, really cool. And this is just, yeah, this is how it ends. This is how it ends. Yeah, I would not, and I've said this, I would not give this show a 10 out of 10. I would give it possibly a seven out of 10, and I'm being very generous
That was very generous. I gave it a 4.
with that.
I was going to split
Pro
it down the
talked
middle and do a
himself out
5.
of the 10.
If you
I was going
want
to say a 5.
my unbiased, it will be 7 out of 10. If you want my biased opinion, it'd be a 4. Because if you're just tourist there and you have no idea and you're just like, "Oh, it's a nighttime parade, we have something actually to watch at night," and the kids were entertained and all of that. But I'm looking and I'm just like, this is a shell of what Disney evening parades used to look like. Again, and I'm gonna keep saying this. It should look like Clark Griswold's house at Christmas from National Lampoon's
Yes.
Christmas Vacation, because that was the thing. It's just like, you put that much lights on a float on a person. Remember from Spectrum Magic, they used to have battery
Mm-hmm.
packs on them.
Mm-hmm.
It should be able to land a shuttle.
Yes,
Yeah, right.
Yes. It should
no
be
joke.
The floats
a
were higher
landmark for
set.
pilots.
They were
Yeah.
the floats were higher too, like the daytime
Yes.
floats and the
Yeah,
and Spectrum Magic. They were just a lot higher, so you could see them coming from like a mile away.
that's how
But
the
I gave it a
Festival of
4
Fantasy Parade
because
is.
I'm comparing it to what Disney
Yes.
has been capable of in the past.
Exactly.
That's why
Yep.
I gave it a 4, because if you compare it to what they've already set their own precedents, and if you can't keep it or exceed it, then yeah, that's why I gave it a 4.
And I
Yeah,
feel like people who don't have a standard for comparison are going to be more impressed than those who have a standard for comparison.
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
better than them not having nothing at all. I will give them
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's something for
Yeah.
people. Okay, we got a little bit more for our money instead
Mm-hmm.
of, hey, guess what? It's over. Go home.
Yeah.
And
I don't
oh,
I
sorry, go
don't
ahead.
think this is one I don't think this is one we would repeatedly watch like we did Spectro and the Disney the Main Street Electric Parade, because that one was just so historically a, like a historical tradition. this one doesn't speak to me like that. So I have a feeling when we go, it'll be a one and done. Then when we go back, we'll skip it and just ride rides.
And I see on, oh my gosh, let's see, hold on one second before I show you guys. Ron's comment, and good seeing you, my dear, said, I'm hoping this is only a start. I'm just like, why put out half-baked product?
I can tell you why.
That's kind of my thing, because if I'm creative and I'm looking at this, I'm just like, no, it is not ready.
Half Baked is the new Disney brand.
Answer to something to do that starts with an E and ends with a a C. Epic. Something it had. It was a we need a draw of some sort.
Point. That's a very
The quicker it comes out, the better.
Yeah, it's just like, do not. It just doesn't. It doesn't look good. I mean, I'm not even going to talk. I'm going to show you Tokyo's nighttime parade. Some of us have seen this already, but for those of you who have nothing to compare it to, when this Starlight Parade was announced, I said they're going to bring this over from Tokyo Disneyland. They're either going to do it the right way or they're just going to phone it in. I mean, this parade, okay. Look at this blue fairy and compare it to the blue fairy we got.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh
Look
my
at her
gosh.
wings.
Do you know what I said about it feels like the lights are alive?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
This
Now
is
I
what
see
I'm
it.
talking about.
There's lights on lights on lights. Like there's depth to the lights.
Wow. Are her wings slowly going back and forth? I
think
could have
so.
sworn I saw that.
Yeah, they're moving. The wings are moving.
Yeah,
even
and
his
this one's
float.
moving too.
Yeah.
I felt like it was slightly moving. Yep.
Yep.
Slightly
Wow.
moving.
And the one behind her too. Is that Pegasus or?
The head's
Oh no,
kind
that's
of
Frozen.
slowly.
They're also
Wings.
closer. They're closer together. Sorry.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rod also brought up in the chat, it's half the park is walled off too. They needed something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they've got the Tom Sawyer Island walled off.
Okay.
Which
That train I can get down with. That is Disney right there.
Look at it's
Why didn't they just bring this here?
Oh, it's moving back and forth.
Yes.
And the steam. It looks so
oh my gosh, you're right.
cartoony.
Yeah.
It's so animated.
This is what I mean. There's this aliveness to the lights that it's just like, it's an electronic product, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like it's alive and it's living. And there's the whistle from Steamboat Willie.
Mm-hmm.
That's like there, and it's just again lights upon lights upon lights.
There they are on their higher set.
Also, you notice that
higher.
everything seems clearer.
Wow. And Mickey and Minnie are elevated, like you were making that comparison. And they're in their classic attire, which I love. It's not some modern version costume to theme with the parade. It's just classic Minnie and Mickey.
And they're lit up a little bit, or is it shiny?
Yeah.
The light shining on them to illuminate them with their clothing that's reflective, like sequined. And look at these outfits.
Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we were supposed to see.
Yes.
Look at how lit up they are, except for the practical stuff that they can't. But this is it.
And those boxes on their back is the battery.
Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is that look at the light saturation too. It's the fact that the lights per square inch is more dense than the other one.
Yep.
Look at the Cheshire Cat.
It's beautiful.
The Cheshire Cat
Oh, that's so cool.
and
could tell
The
Alice.
teacups. Oh my.
The
And with the
teacup.
teacup with Alice on its tail, that's so freaking adorable.
when you look at the way the park is darkened enough, and you could still see the definition with this, you're not getting the blue light effect. You're not getting that smoggy type. Look how that just transitioned to how the Cheshire chat just did that.
Mhm.
That looks. They could have done that over here.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's Alice in
The
the teacup.
sequencers on that with
And
Duck.
her teacup
And the
is
teacup.
moving back and forth. It's rocking.
There's so much. Yeah. Erica, you totally called it. There's more movement and animation in these floats. The others are static.
Yeah.
There's two
Isn't that
different
nice?
movements on that teacup.
Yeah, it's going like this, which, I mean, when you think about it, makes
There's step servers.
wait,
Okay. Step
wait,
servers. Okay.
wait. Is this all the fairies?
I think so.
You get more fairies, Erica.
And a couple more.
Oh my
And
god!
look how
I
you can see
freaking love
them
the
from
fairies.
so far away. And you can tell.
Why
that
can we
they're-
not have all the fairies at Disney World? Oh, for the love!
Everything, the little, they're like.
And their wings are moving separate than them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all lit up. They're properly lit, so you can see their faces and their movements. There's, from a costuming point of view, because I've done costuming, there's unique details to identify each one of them. So even if you can't see super close, you can tell who you're looking at because of the identifiable costuming characteristics. They're sticking with classic, easily to recognizable symbols so people know the branding of what they're viewing.
Yes.
I'm still so freaking pissed that they did not build Pixie Hollow when we got a freaking circus.
I know.
Oh, you have no idea how.
I went to Pixie
I
Hollow
too
in
late.
Disneyland, and I took Camera Girl, and it was the cutest thing how she got to meet like all the dark Pete's Dragon.
Pete's Dragon, yeah. You know what you're looking at because they kept with the classic branding.
Mm-hmm. And even if you didn't know what it was, you're just like, see?
I know, right?
And the steam from the nostril from the dragon. It's so it's
his
so
wings are moving too.
Mm-hmm.
This is just
and his tail going back and forth. So the lantern kind of swings.
Yeah.
Can't we just get the management from over there to come over and take over this Disney year and kick the shit of them and put them in shape?
Let's
too
just
offensive.
fire
It's
who
not
they've got
allowed.
and bring over.
I think I heard someone from I guess one of the Imagineers that worked at Tokyo Disneyland, they brought them, I think, over to Disneyland from Tokyo. But the thing is, the Tokyo park, half of it's half owned by Oriental Land Company.
Mm-hmm.
So they've like borrowed Imagineering, I guess the smartest ones that they get. So they borrow them over to do Imagineering, but Oriental Land Company basically tells them, okay, this is what we want to do, and this is how you need to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not beholden to a board of
on that. When Paris Disney was being, or not Paris Disney, when Tokyo Disney was being built, Imagineering in the States did go and train and help. It was a collab to make sure that everything was on the Disney scale. My theory is that because it happened so long ago, they got that old school Disney Imagineering training, and they've been passing that down ever since, and it reflects. This is what we get, and oh my gosh, that ship just blows the other one out of the water.
Oh yeah.
You see how the flags were like animated? Just how they were going. And to add on to what Erica was saying about Imagineering knowledge being passed down, because I talked about this before. You had Tony Baxter visiting Epic Universe. How many Tony Baxter acolytes are probably working over at Epic Universe? Because that's the type of energy that we got.
But you get to the point where you don't have anyone left at Disneyland and Disney World to do that. They've pushed all of the great minds out. So they would have to get them back. They would have to get people from Tokyo or these other places where they still have that standard of training and mentorship and creativity. And the reason why Tokyo is able to do this and not, US Disney is because they actually care about making money. They care
Yes.
about quality. And so they want to give value still.
Sorry, I had somebody want to come say hi.
Oh,
They're
hello.
so cute.
Somebody's still
So
sleeping.
cute.
Oh, wait, he did turn around.
Is that Kira or
Yes,
Otis?
this is Kira.
Yeah.
Kira's a lot smaller. She's still a
Oh my
monkey.
goodness.
She's the one who
Her
yaps
face
the
is
loudest.
freaking cute. Her
Okay. Here's
expressive
the thing I
eyes.
want to.
Look at that.
Okay. On this float, you can see it. They have depths of lights. So they've got lights that are further forward, some that are further back. They have different sizes, different like scales, different size. And so that gives you so much depth. You are, it's more visually appealing. Anyway, I love this.
They know how to use color when it comes to lighting. And I can tell you from somebody who does a lot of lighting and decorating, it is a science. You'd be surprised. Like to make things glow and pop, you really have to know what will contrast. And I mean contrast, not complement, because if it complements too much, then it tends to fade in the background. It has to.
Wow.
That sequence so good.
It is.
I
Oh
mean,
my
that's
gosh.
I could just hear the music in my head.
You know what? Let me see. Let me turn the music on for a little bit.
Oh, look at that. Tangled. Oh,
so beautiful.
That is so pretty. Man, you don't get that kind of whimsicalness anymore at Disney World.
No.
Well, in the dress, you can see the movement of the dress because it's got
Yeah.
lights on it.
And the rendition of the music.
I've helped with.
Is it light?
Nice to see you.
I was a costume designer in college. I've helped with ball gowns. That's not easy.
You know, to get the dress to flow like that with lights on it, I've never seen that. They've never accomplished that at Disney World. Not even with Spectra.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they actually pilfered some of the old Imagineers too. To move there and do some
lanterns.
I don't mean Imagineers. I mean like people like float designers, set designers, stuff like that.
But the movement in that skirt, I will not get over the movement in that skirt. That was,
man. You know what's crazy is how much it pops on camera. So you can imagine how much brighter it is in person.
That's what I was saying. It doesn't look muted to the camera.
No.
Yeah.
I would love to know what this was shot on, but it's clear. There's no haziness to it. So the light saturation, it's done right. They're using nice quality bulbs. They're using nice color LEDs. Everything looks detailed.
It's Cinderella's.
that looks so magical.
I got a funny theory on light bulbs. They probably got their light bulbs from here in Germany, which are shit. So they're all so eco-friendly over here. It's ridiculous. Disney probably got their light bulbs from here.
Most of them are LEDs, but you know the way they're done, there are different quality LEDs.
Yes.
Look at the horses.
Look at this. This is what was needed.
They're not
in
all
the,
moving the same.
Well, that's the thing. I did not realize how static the new Disney World parade was until we saw the level of movement.
Look at the wheels give the spinning effect, and
that is so cool.
That's done.
Is her dress? Does her dress light up, or is it just?
Yes, her dress
is like really sparkly.
Yeah, her dress has a little bit of lighting in it.
This would have been so nice to have. Like I was saying, either the carriage itself or the carriage on a float like this, you know. Man. Oh, this is really pretty. Like a ballroom float where they're ballroom dancing.
They
Yep.
tried this in the Disneyland, the Disney World one. They have something like this, but you can see the characters better here.
Their dresses light up better, and because they're using the right color tones and brightness of the lights, it helps reflect their costumes. So you see how they're using white light to brighten, it reflects onto their costumes on top of the lighting they're using on their costumes, so you get more brightness.
I will
If
dare
you
say
put blue, like a dark blue or purple into that, you won't see it as much. And the other parade had so much blue tones and blue hues, it made it look darker than getting this brightness. So someone doesn't know how to do their colors with lighting.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
this.
Wow.
Again, some folks may think I'm nitpicking. No, I'm really not. This is the type of lighting that we saw on the Main Street Electrical Parade, and especially in Spectrum Magic.
I know. This is bringing back memories. Oh my gosh.
I would say the brightness was there, but in the costumes themselves, they were, you could tell the bulbs were kind of bulky and the costumes were a bit more stiff because they didn't have this kind of costuming where they just mastered the lights with the flowiness of the dresses. But you had
the movement.
It was still spectacular because the lights just were bold.
But I still feel like I remember there being movement to the floats. Maybe not movement to the fabric, but movement to the floats still that the other one doesn't seem to have.
Yeah, it's not just lights.
Princesses here. Every princess either has her own float or they are on the same float. They know how to plate its placement.
Look at
they know how to place the princesses without mashing them up with other characters that don't make any sense to mash them up with. That's so pretty.
Chandelier. Oh my gosh. With the lighting on this, it's not just the static lighting, and they're not all bright like you all were saying. It's like some of them are purposely a bit dim or recessed to give it a different
give it depth,
where it actually seems like it's that there's a lot of kinetic energy going on.
Okay, this float is insane.
And when
Belle's my favorite, so I was getting tingles on that one.
And when you mixed it with levels of brightness, and then the size of the bulbs really creates that depth too, because you can see they have really teeny tiny bulbs, they have larger bulbs, and they can even control the brightness of both, giving it that 3D, where it draws your eyes in, it draws your eyes out, in and out.
Look at the lighting.
They've got
you know the butterfly in the bottom flying around the float?
Which one?
Can you back up just a little bit?
Let's see. Yeah, let me back up.
You can see the beginning of her float there. Look at the bottom. Watch the animation on the bottom.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Watch start going. Or am I seeing crap? Nope.
I see it lit on the bottom. But it's kind of like muted on the bottom with the light. But I love how it looks like the ice glows.
Yeah, you can tell that they're doing, there's an icicle effect light versus the background light versus the snow effect light. And then they've got Olaf.
It looks like there's netting on the outer front of the float, and then they have like strings of lights behind that netting, which creates the 3D look of the lights when they're sparkling. It doesn't look flat,
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That's the thing, because I do my Christmas tree is absurdly overly lit, but that's the one thing people don't get when they put lights on a Christmas tree is you need to have some that go all the way back, all the way forward, and then you use the tinsel to reflect the lights that you already have. So you can have reflective surfaces and get more light out of your light bulbs if you've got the right materials around them. Because I'm the Christmas lighting nut job in this group.
I'll have to ask you because I just got the how to put ribbons and stuff in your tree last year. So I
Oh, I'm
mastered
horrible
that.
with ribbons. Ah,
Oh, I love
that's my
ribbons.
arch nemesis.
I've got ribbons, I've got tinsel, I've got little tea lights, I've got the bigger Christmas light, like I've got the different type. Yeah. Oh, my
I
husband.
need to talk to you, Sam.
That's the Italian gene in you, Sam.
Maybe.
Because my
Oh,
mom
look
was
Yeah.
at
the
these,
same dang way.
look at these dresses. See, I always geek out because I loved seeing the lit up dresses and especially the dresses because they just look so cool. I'm just like
Well,
your
I
dress
just
lights up.
I love those full dresses with the petticoats and the layers. You have to have structure to get that kind of movement and
They get the Liberty
look.
Bell. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
exactly.
say, look at the steamboat.
Oh,
Yeah.
the steamboat
Look
we
at how
used to
Daisy
have.
Little
stressed she's
piggy.
got on her hat. The fancy hat,
Oh
pretty
yeah.
little pigs.
What you do?
Yeah, a steamboat with actual steam coming out of it. Yes. And looks like the wheel is going. And there's Chippendale and their airship.
Oh, Chippendale.
I tell you, it's like we used to get
Oh,
nighttime parades like this. It was, absolutely, absolutely fabulous. We used to get that, but when you get brain drain, you get what we have now. And again, it's at least it's something at night that people can enjoy and to keep the park open, a bit later. But it's half baked. That's something that should not have come out, but they had to do something because, like we're saying, Epic Universe, they don't have a parade, but they have one heck of a light show and a big, huge park, and not just fountains in front of Helios. There are fountains throughout the park. So the best time to ride the Constellation Carousel is at night when they're doing the water show because there's like water fountains around where the Constellation Carousel is. And the colors match up too. So they're all coordinated. And looks incredible. And I love this float so darn much. There's Jose. Wait, no, Panchito and Jose Caroca. So Jose is from Brazil. And it just looks beautiful.
Pluto.
Oh my gosh. Did it go from monochromatic to hand drawn with color? Well, let's run back the tape. Let's run back the tape. Let's see, where's the airship? Yes, it
I
did.
noticed that too.
Yes, it did.
Like it was being painted. Yeah.
Yep, sure did. Yeah, I know. I do not have that one. So yeah, there's a ship. Okay, so look. Yeah, I know. I don't have premium. Yep. So monochromatic. And then and it doesn't hit you in the face. It's like this gradual transition to all of these amazing colors. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will, Dan. The one thing about Epic, at least they're only rolling stuff out that's pretty much done for the most part. Like the fountain
At
show.
least Universal waits until they know it's done and perfected.
Yeah, exactly. It may need a couple of tweaks here and there, like the water. They had to kind of drain it. The checks fix something, and they put everything back. But for the most part, that water show went off every night and was going off during the day as well, because there's a daytime show and then there's a nighttime show that they have going on.
Sorry,
And
I've got baby cuteness sitting with me right now. She wanted to join me, so you might hear
Oh,
a toddler.
that's okay. That's okay. I'm pretty sure she likes the lights in the parade.
Yep.
It just looks incredible. incredible with just I think it's just the variation in colors and the light too.
You don't realize how much color is missing until you watch this. It seems like the other parade was really caught up in a lot of blues, like different hues of blue and white, or even like a warm white.
Yeah.
And it really, I think that's what made it kind of feel dark. The color scheme wasn't delivering.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree with you because it felt, even though they had the lights, it still felt dark.
I think they were using the wrong colors. I mean, they are beautiful colors. Just, I do love blue lights and purple lights, but you've got so behind me here is a really dark purple fabric. And when I do the blue and the purple lighting, I have it on a white light. The white light illuminates it better.
Look at this. Look at their stuff in the back. Their capes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The capes are flowing. You can tell that it's not heavy and weighed down by the movement you're getting from the fabric.
Yeah.
I tell you, it is.
It's a great parade when you lose count of the floats. And when it's over, you felt like you spent a good amount of time watching a show instead of it feeling like it was just abruptly cut short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, that was a lot of stuff.
When you can't remember everything you saw. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that too.
Can't have the parade be too good, otherwise people might stop spending money on Lightning Lane or some other kind of
backward
thing. Yeah.
Dim the night away. Yeah, when you compare it to that, it is very dim.
Sure is. Yeah, he's but he's sleeping. He's not like bothering me. But yeah, that's just a comparison. Again, it's good that there's a nighttime parade. It's definitely something that's been missing from the parks. However, it's not done. It feels rushed. It's like you guys need to go back and fix it a little bit more. It's not, how to say, it's not Disney. It's okay, but it's not like Disney. It doesn't inspire like that shock and awe, when you were a kid and you just heard the music for the Main Street Electrical Parade, you start freaking out because
it doesn't make you look at it and say, how can I do that at home for Christmas or Halloween? How can I domesticate that? Because I want to create like that here. When it draws you in like that, and then you start Googling how you can tweak a display for a holiday like that, yeah, that's when you know it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, it's going to be interesting seeing what it looks like on Monday night, when I'm there Monday night, and see just how many people are going to be there for the parade. It'll be interesting, but I think in about 2 weeks, novelty's going to wear off, and they can start letting the other pass holders in the park after 2:00 as usual during the week.
It'll be the tourists that will crowd the area. Meanwhile, the pass holders will leave early or just hit the back of the park and hit the rides.
13-minute wait.
Me too.
What's my objective? They're going to have to kick us out the park.
I ain't paying for this. You stay to the bitter end till they kick you out because you know what your pass is worth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
I do that too.
We're going to stay
Advocate
and we're going to be the last boat out. I think we're Pirates of the
Caribbean.
We're the second to last boat out.
When we visit, and we all three of us had annual passes, on a short trip, because it was still cheaper than getting even the military tickets. So we scanned those bins as much as we could because we knew we needed to use it to feel like we got our money's worth out of those passes. So yeah, every hot minute we got it. So we need to go to Disney because I paid money for these annual passes. So
Yeah.
every time you scan in, that's like $200. You know.
Getting our money's worth as we go. It's a totally different thing now as opposed to when I would fly in from out of town and go to Disney. And now it's just like, yeah, we got passes. Let's go over there. Go for an hour or two, get our money's
I gotta
worth.
go. I need to pick up my son from work, so I really gotta run.
Okay,
I'm
no
late.
worries, Erica.
Yeah,
Thanks so
Erica.
much for
See you,
being here. We're
Erica.
about to wrap up.
I will be at your watch party though. I can't wait for that. I slept in till like 4 just so I could be.
It's going to be nuts. I can't wait. Okay, Erica. I'll see you later. We're
All
gonna
right,
get
bye.
wrap up here in like a little bit. Firestream Rodimus Prime says tangentially related. Did you see the Chuck E. Cheese guy who got arrested? Yes, I did see that. Yes, I did. We'll talk about it on Welcome to Florida.
Oh yeah.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been, guy in a bunny suit beating somebody up. We can go and do that. Yeah, I'm making plans to make this watch party. Lorena on fire and Uncle Arthur. Yeah. My Uncle Arthur is like Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder. So yes, at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, we are having the Not So PC watch party. Tom's going to be in the panel. Erica Kamran Pasha is going to be joining us. Abu Nas is also going to be joining us, as is Retro Nerd Girl. Basically, a whole bunch of us are going to be on screen watching Tropic Thunder. And for those of you who are channel members, you will be able to get into the Cosme room to watch it along with us. So, of course, we have the visualizer so YouTube doesn't pull us down, but the Cosme room, you can see the whole darn thing. It's going to be so much fun because.
Okay, I might admit how lame I am, but I've never seen Tropic Thunder. I might
Oh,
have.
it's okay. Erica hasn't either. Erica
Okay.
hasn't seen it either. So,
But I'm not the only one.
no.
It's going to be hilarious seeing her.
It is, yes.
Oh,
As soon as it starts, don't drink anything. That's all I'm going to say. You don't get a board.
Good advice, I guess. Good to know.
What do you think? Oh my gosh. But yes. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here in the Resort Recon Live podcast. Hope you enjoyed it and had a good time. Let's see. Sam, what do you got going on and where can people find you?
Okay. So sorry, toddler is still in the background. You might hear her.
Okay, I hear it. All right.
All right. So, well, yeah, I'm still a mom. So life of military wife is really my life. I'm a slightly different type of podcaster than the rest of y'all. I focus on military stuff and I interview primarily military veterans and military spouses, current and former. The whole goal is to provide resources, information, and build a community that supports the military service members and their families. But also, if you are not in the military and you have an interest in what it's like to live abroad or to support someone who's in the military, or you just like hearing stories of veterans and service members, this is a great place to come hear stories, gather information, and just, support our people who literally sacrifice so much for this country. So I do a podcast about once a week on my channel, and then I do monthly. Sorry, clearing my throat there. Monthly, I'll do a military spouse panel, and Erica's usually on those with some other military spouses, and we'll talk about different things like dating long distance or moving or traveling with kids. So these are things that can be applicable to just everyone, but they're also very applicable to military spouses. And that way we can kind of just share our life experiences because yeah, I've been a military spouse now for 13 years, but I still haven't done everything that Erica and some of these other ladies have done. We have different niches. We've gone through different things. And so we can give a different type of perspective and life experience and skill set to it all. Um so if here's my big plug though. If you know anybody who has a resource that could help military family members, please let me know. If you are a veteran, please let me know. So many veterans don't understand how valuable their stories are. They think, oh, I didn't do anything amazing. Oh, I didn't do anything incredible. I didn't get a medal. That doesn't matter. Every story matters. And as service members, you have experiences and knowledge and information that are uplifting to people. Your story is something we can learn from and strengthen each other. We all go through hard times, and so many veterans don't think that what they contributed to our national security is important, and it is. So, sorry. Um, if you have a family member, if you are a veteran, if you know a veteran, if you got a friend who's a veteran, let them know about my podcast. I would love to have them on. I'm trying to work with the Library of Congress and preserve those stories. Some people want their stories public, some people don't. If they don't want it public, that's fine. I will record their story and give them a copy. It doesn't have to be on my podcast, it doesn't have to be in the Library of Congress, but there needs to be a record. And we're losing too many of these veterans, and there's 10
Mhm.
millions of them. I cannot do it all myself. So please. Anyway, that's my really long pitch. I'm sorry. It's super long, but and then I'm also on here. I love hanging out with you guys and talking about different stuff because yes, military is what I love, but I was a theater kid. I was a total theater kid, and my siblings worked at a theme park growing up near us. So this is still stuff I love and enjoy, and I'm a total nerd. And so it's fun to do other things that I love too, and not just be all military all the time. So
Well, we love having you. As a matter of fact, starting I think it's next month or so, crafting for Halloween,
hmm
decorating your house, garage, cubicle space, whatever, with inspiration from the parks. Yes, we will be talking about how to go about doing that. So you definitely do not want to miss those shows. I can't wait. Sam be on there. I can't wait for Erica be on there to share her tips and all of that. It's going to be an absolute blast. Tom, what do you got going on?
Well, I got this thing with me.
Doggo in your lap.
And she'll instantly, what you got? What you got? I got to lick that. And yeah, she's been watching Pedro too much on the rainbow thing. I don't know.
oh my gosh.
Oh,
So, but no, just that's it right now. Just stream hopping. Looking forward to tonight with you, and that will be interesting.
yes, going to be a blast. Yep, go there and find Time F and his dogs. Yes, the pets will not leave you alone if you're streaming.
She usually doesn't bother me. She wanted me, and Linda's like, "You wanted her to come in here?" I'm like, might as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
It's
my
a,
toddler saw the lights and the parades and she wanted to be over here too. So I think,
Oh.
Lorena, you're just popular. People think you're so fun.
oh well, thank you. I like to be fun for the most part, unless something's IT related with Disney, and I'm just like I'm not here to work. I'm really not here to work.
Oh, come on.
I'm really not here to work. Uh, let's see. As for me, of course, tonight 8 p.m. the not so PC watch party. So instead of just myself and Richard Nerd Girl, how we have a watch party on my channel every week, this one we specifically pick a movie that doesn't give a crap about your feelings. You know, uh, as many of my friends that I can shove on a panel to talk about it, and of course, channel members in the Cosby room, so we're all synced watching the same thing, and of course, you guys being able to chat on Cosme. It's the first time we're actually doing this on this much of a scale, so I can't wait because Tropic Thunder is a darn experience. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a total experience. And if you don't know anything about Tropic Thunder, let's see. Here we go.
I know you want the goodies. Welcome to the goodie room. I know you want the goodies. Welcome to the goodie room.
That is Tom Cruise in makeup.
Oh my gosh.
Never go full retard.
Wait. Oh, this is gonna be a thing. Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Back when Hollywood did not have a problem making fun of themselves.
Well, I've seen the clips like on your channel and on Pros, and I've seen clips, but I'll admit this, I have no concept for even what is the story, like what the plot line, like anything. All I know is that people quote it all the time and it seems to be really funny. That's all I know.
Oh,
And you have to watch it uncensored. You can't watch it cut up on. No.
yeah, you just can't. You can't.
Okay.
It doesn't have the
I guess
same-
I'm gonna have to join y'all.
Oh, cool.
Kirk Lazarus. Yes. Oh my gosh. And yes, he does act like my Uncle Arthur from Putnam County, from Galactica. Let's see what's today. So that's that. Tomorrow for channel members, I know you guys are getting like a double shot. At 2 p.m. Eastern, channel members, we are going to be watching The Day the Earth Blew Up. That is the Daffy Duck Porky Pig movie. Finally, they released it in theaters. Now it's on streaming on HBO Max. So we're going to be watching that together. 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. Welcome to Florida. We're talking about the Gilded Age in Florida, starting with the man who kicked it all off, Henry Flagler. We're going to be talking about him. And of course, Monday, let's see. I'm gaming Monday morning at 10, the weekly reset for Love and Deep Space. And then at 7 p.m. on Monday, I will be at the Magic Kingdom, of course, checking stuff out, seeing how many rides we can walk on, and seeing how Disney is inflating those wait times as we get in line. And let's see, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the Spice Lounge, where you will finally get to hear my review of the new Fantastic Four movie, and Kamen Pasha will be joining us as well for that particular show. So you guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I know you have a choice in which to check out on YouTube, so we're so glad you're all here watching this on the replay. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think, especially between the parade at Walt Disney World, the nighttime parade, Starlight Nighttime Parade, and the one we just showed y'all, Tokyo Disneyland. Let us know what you think. We will see you all later. Bye.
There.